Welcome to Untamed and Unfiltered Wellness, the podcast where we're tearing up the rulebook of conventional wellness because one size fits all never fits anyone. I'm your host, Joe Swenson, integrative health coach, herbalist, and the CEO and founder of Olivia Bell, a comprehensive lifestyle wellness company. Today I'm coming in hot, and it's not because it's summertime here in America. Today we're going to talk about something that has probably crossed your mind at least once recently. How the hell am I supposed to be healthier when everything is so damn expensive? Let's be honest. Health insurance is a joke for most people unless you hit your deductible, and good luck affording that. Food prices are up, but the quality is down. And the average prescription drug price in the US costs 2 to 3 times what it does in other countries. There are so many of us who just need more time with our doctor than we're given because sometimes we just need to talk things through. But when your appointment is less than 7 minutes, how the hell are you supposed to get a resolution? If that's where you are right now, you are not alone. Most of us are surviving a healthcare system that wasn't built to help us heal because it is a reactive system. So how do we become proactive with our own health? If you've ever been told by your doctor that you need to make lifestyle changes, but when no one explains what making lifestyle changes actually means, what do? You Google it, right? Or you go to TikTok or Instagram, and then you're buried under 10,000 tabs, and every one of them contradicting the last, and then all of a sudden now you're dying of some rare disorder. It's so confusing. I built Olivia Bell Wellness because I was you. It took me 20 years to figure out why I was having gut issues, not to mention the migraines, hormones, and energy crashes. I have been dismissed, misdiagnosed, and told I was fine when I was anything but. I dug in, I did research, I got certification so that I could make a difference. And if you are there right now feeling lost, overwhelmed, or confused, let me help you. I'm going to give you 5 low-cost and impactful things you can do now to start reclaiming your health and your energy without draining your bank. I'm going to give you proactive tips that are not the same watered-down health ones you've already gotten on social media. These are simple, impactful, easy, and backed in science. Tip number 1, instead of restricting what you're eating, just start adding in more fiber. 95% of Americans are fiber deficient. Most people are getting half the fiber they actually need. This is why you need to be eating fiber. It regulates your blood sugar, your cholesterol, and your hormones. And yes, it helps you poop. Women should aim for 25 to 30 grams a day, and men should aim for 30 to 40 grams a day. Fiber diversity is where it's at. And that means getting fiber from as many plant sources as possible because you can't get fiber from animal protein. It's not necessarily about the grams, so don't focus so much on that number. I want you to focus more on the diversity of the plants. That is the color. Now, before you start adding in more fiber, I want you to remember something. I want you to remember my mantra, go low and go slow. Anytime you're making dietary changes, adding more of something into your diet, you need to go low and slow or you're going to have a reaction. Same thing is true for beans, which is why a lot of people don't eat a lot of beans. Start by adding 1 or 2 tablespoons of ground flax or chia seed to your breakfast. I buy mine from Walmart. I get the organic kind. It's cheaper to buy it there. And then I stick them in the fridge. I live in a very humid climate, and putting them in the fridge keeps them fresher. Toss some lentils into your soup or your rice. Lentils are full of protein, fiber, iron, folate, and potassium. And then eat apples with their skin on them. The skin is full of fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. And there's more benefit to eating the skin than not. High fiber diets are great to reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and hormone-driven cancers. But again, as you start adding more fiber into your diet, I want you to go low and slow. If you focus on a plant-centered meal, that means a meal that has more plants than animal, that alone is a great proactive step to better health. Tip number 2, buy your produce from your local farmer if you can. The next time you're buying your produce, I want you to take a look at where your produce is coming from. How far has it traveled to get to you? If you want to eat healthier and you want to add more plants and more produce to your diet, and you should, I want you to look where your produce is coming from. If you can't buy your produce from your local farmer or your local farmer's market, then I want you to consider buying frozen vegetables instead. Frozen veggies are picked at their peak ripeness and then they're flash frozen. So they're going to have more nutrients than what you're buying at the grocery store. Think about it. How often are you throwing produce out because you forgot about it or you didn't use it or it went bad sooner than you thought? That's because conventional produce that we're getting at the grocery store is traveling miles and miles to get to you. Buy some frozen spinach, broccoli, or cauliflower rice. Steam it, saute it. Add these frozen veggies to your eggs, your soups, your stir fry, or your pasta. Frozen takes away the stress of having to use that up. It's also cheaper per serving and it's going to last longer in the freezer than it will in your refrigerator. But again, if you can get it from a local farmer or your local farmer's market, that is your first choice. Tip number 3, use 1 meal a day to stabilize your blood sugar. This is about energy, mood, and cravings. So here's the formula I want you to think about. Protein plus fat plus fiber equals stability, and your blood sugar needs to be stable. Try to have one blood sugar stabilizing meal earlier in the day. You will be less hangry and less likely to eat tempting foods at that 3-4 o'clock slump. If you want to have your breakfast be your blood sugar stabilizing meal, consider eggs with avocado and some sauteed greens. Throw some spinach in your scrambled eggs. They're great. At lunch, consider rotisserie chicken and some beans with an olive oil drizzle. This is great over a bed of lettuce if you want to have a salad. For your snacks, consider some hard-boiled eggs or a handful of berries. A trick that I like to share with people is open up a can of garbanzo beans or chickpeas. If you want to save the water, aquafaba, that's a great substitute for eggs when you're preparing recipes. Take the garbanzo beans or the chickpeas, rinse them really well, and then put them in a glass food container in the fridge. That way you can add them as needed to your meals, your salads, your soups, whatever it is that you want. Tip number 4, start swapping smarter. That means as you're running out of food and doing your weekly food shop, the products, I want you to reconsider the products that you're buying. If you are a cereal eater, look for cereal products that don't have added sugars, don't have added oils, food coloring, or dyes, or any preservatives that you can't pronounce. I want you to opt for a low sugar granola or maybe some oats, add some cinnamon and some chia. Or if you're an overnight oats person, those are great with berries and some shredded coconut. If you're a yogurt person, swap your fruit flavored yogurts to plain Greek yogurt, add some berries and some flax seeds. Most of our fruit flavored yogurts actually have added sugars in it and some food coloring, but look at the ingredient list of what you're eating. Coffee creamer. Look at the ingredients of your coffee creamer. If it has added sugars, oils, artificial flavors, carrageenan, or cellulose gum, those are inflammatory and contribute to weight gain, gut, and blood sugar issues. Make the switch if you can to unsweetened nut or oat milk. If you can switch to half and half, if you're okay with dairy, that'd be a good option. If you're a chip person, consider air popped popcorn instead, sweet potato chips, maybe some plantains or carrot chips. Be sure you're checking for the salt content and to see what type of oil is being used to prepare the chips. I take my corn tortillas and just cut them up and put them in the air fryer. That is a great, easy way, and it's cheaper to make chips. My last and final tip is I want you to cook one meal at home that's going to give you leftovers. You do not have to be on Master Chef here. Just make a little bit more than you would normally. Sheet pan meals are a great way to do that. Take a cookie sheet, throw some vegetables and some protein, and roast it in the oven. There's a lot of recipes. You'll be surprised how easy it is to make and how easy it is to clean up, which is even better. Another option, make a big pot of soup. Add some lentils, some beans, or some quinoa to it. You can freeze that if you don't use all the soup. Use rice or potatoes to bulk up and stretch out your proteins. A lot of people will take a potato and dice it up really, really small and add that to their ground beef for their tacos. It's a great way to stretch that ground beef. These tips that I've given you is going to save you some time, money, and stress so that you're less likely to say screw it and order pizza. I want to give you 2 websites to check out. These are places that I go to get my recipes. One of them is themediterraneandish.com, and I'll link this in the show notes. But she has some great free recipes, and The food is really good. If you're looking for flavor and looking for healthy, check out the MediterraneanDish.com. And one of my favorite humans is Dan Buettner. He is the Blue Zones guy. If you have not discovered him, please check him out. Living to 100, it's a 4-part series on Netflix. He also has a lot of cookbooks and books out there about the Blue Zones. He has a new one-pot cookbook coming out in September of 2025. Get on the pre-order list. Neither one of these people know I'm talking about them right now. These are just resources that I use, so you can check out what they have to offer. Every one of these changes I've given you are simple, easy, impactful, and low cost. Each one will help you rewire how your body runs, how long your energy will last, and how your gut and your hormones will respond to stress. I don't want you to do these all at once. I just want you to pick one thing and do it with intention. I don't want you to waste your money on detox kits and powders and false promises given by social media influencers. You need food that's going to support you, help your body heal, that makes sense for you, and keeps it simple. You deserve to feel better. If this episode spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, tag somebody who needs to hear this, and be sure to follow and subscribe to our podcast. If you want more grounded, honest, no BS wellness support, come hang out with me on our new website at oliviabellwellness.com or follow us on social media, Olivia Bell Wellness. I hope you make time today for some peace, some plants, and some pause. Thank you so much for listening to Untamed and Unfiltered Wellness.